Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon, sir.
So you have quiz number 2 tomorrow, starting 4 o'clock. So although chapter 7 is not done yet, there are 3 more lectures, but still we have the live session today because any doubt you have for all lectures so far, chapter 2, 3, 5, 6, we can discuss today. Okay, so any doubt, anything need explanation, just let me know. Any confusion?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I had a doubt.
Yeah, okay.
Shall I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir. Is it visible, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, here in this example, you have drawn this plot, right?
Okay.
Is my screen visible, sir?
So this is, I think you are asking from chapter number
37, sir.
No, chapter number 7 you are.
Chapter number 7.
Yeah. So this thing we have not covered yet, man. So I mean, you are okay. So, but you ask question, then I will let you know, because so far we have just uploaded till 30. I think 36 till 36 only. Yeah, but go ahead. Ask the question.
Okay, sir. Sir, you have drawn this plot, and we have taken the slopes from these angles, right?
Right.
At g of 0, the slope is the angle is 0, but we have taken here something else, right? For the circle, it has to be 90 degrees to cut it like this here, but the angle is 0 here, and you have taken this at g of infinity, like this point. You have taken it minus 90. This is right, according to this, but here the angle is 0 and this angle doesn't suit here. I think it has to be something like this.
Okay. So first of all, this is not like we will talk about it in the next week. Okay.
Okay.
But what you are asking is remember that you are going to this is the plot of g omega, right? Gi omega, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that means if you see the gi omega, the expression is 1 over I omega tau plus 1.
Yes, sir.
Right? That means you are changing omega and you are drawing it, right?
Yes, sir.
So you unshare it. I will follow up from here. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So just a minute, guys. I think just hold on. Yeah. Okay. So the question was, if you have z s is given as 1 over ts plus 1, right? So this is the a transfer function given, and this open loop transfer function, let us say this is GS here. Yeah, so typically you have the open loop transfer function, and then you make a closed loop out of it. So this is a utility, basically the purpose. So, and this is minus plus and goes like this. So we have this is open loop system basically, and then you have feedback loop as well. And this GS is for the feed forward transfer function or open loop transfer function, because you have only one here, HS is equal to 1. Okay, now we need to plot it. Yeah, open loop transfer function, we plot it. Either we have a Bode plot or some polar plots. Okay, so Nyquist plot and Nyquist plot is one type of the polar plot only. Okay, but it has little bit different. Anyway, so coming this is polar plot. The question that Badri asked related to the polar plot. So how to do that? So we start with you put S equal to j omega, right? So j omega, you put like that, and that is equal to 1 over t, and you can replace S by j omega, so you have j t omega plus 1, right? And then you can write it as what? You can write it as equal to like this, 1 over j t omega plus 1, right? And then you have angle of 1 over j t omega plus 1. Okay? Seeing the same thing, we are separating it. First we are saying what is the magnitude, and then we are finding out what is the angle. So magnitude, what the magnitude? Magnitude is simply 1 over root, right? Omega square t square plus 1. And then what is the angle? Angle is simply angle of this. So angle of 1 minus j t omega divided by 1 plus t square omega square. Yeah, okay, or is equal to 1 over 1 plus omega square t square, and then you have angle here. What is the angle? Angle is phi, where phi is equal to tan inverse minus t omega simply minus t omega, right? Okay, so it will be minus t omega divided by 1, right? So this divided by this, so this is the imaginary part divided by the real part is the 1. So this is the where phi is equal to this one. So remember that when we talk about the plotting, we plot two things. And what is the plot? We have polar plot. Polar plots. When you say polar plots, that means our radius is magnitude. Radius equal to magnitude. And what is the magnitude in this case? 1 over root 1 plus t square omega square. So radius is magnitude, and angle is the same phi, right? So phi equal to tan inverse minus t omega. Okay, so polar plots, how do we plot? We plot simply the how we are going to plot? We will start with some angle, right? So we will start some angle. So which angle? This angle. So this is one angle. See here. Here our angle is what? Our angle is like this. So this angle, 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 and so on. Right? Okay, so this is, if you say minus t omega, that really means the phi is minus only, right? It will start with, see a minus here. So as omega u increase, at omega equal to 0, phi will be 0. So how do you define the angle here? Angle is this. This is phi. And how do you define a magnitude? Magnitude is the length, this one. So this guy from here to, let's say you're talking about one point here, then how you're going to transfer from here to here, the value will be 1 over root 1 plus t square omega square, and this phi is equal to tan inverse minus t omega. Yeah. Not the angle, what is the angle with this? Not like that. We are not talking about the angle of the curve. We are talking about what this point makes to the origin. That is the phi, that is the angle. And distance from here to here is this, 1 over root 1 plus tau square omega square. Meaning that if you want to plot that, how will you plot? So you can plot like this. So you can have phi here, and you can have, so phi equal to, for actually phi is equal to tan. So you can do like this. You can increase, you can have some omega here. Omega tells you what the phi is. Omega also tells you what is the magnitude is. Okay. So phi equal to tan inverse minus omega t. And then let's say magnitude is equal to 1 over root 1 plus t square omega square, right? Now, if you take omega equal to 0, then you know that phi will be 0, right? But you know that this is negative side. Yeah, it's 0, but this is minus actually. If you take omega equal to very, very small, then there will be a small value, negative value close to 0 though, right? So that's there. And then this, what are the value of this? So put omega equal to 0 here, and then you will get magnitude equal to 1. So value will be equal to 1, right? Okay, now let's say you take omega such a way, let's say omega is equal to 1 over t, right? Then if omega equal to 1 over t, then phi will be equal to what? Will be minus 45 degree, right? So will be minus 45 degree, right? Omega equal to 1 over 2 here. So minus 1 is minus 45 degree. Okay, and what is the value of this magnitude? So you can put tau omega equal to 1. So you put here 1 over 2. So you get 1. So for example, you can take omega equal to infinity, right? Okay. So, minus 90 degree. So you get minus 90 degree. And then what is the value of this? This value is infinity, so you get magnitude equal to 0. So you get 0. Cases, so let's angle and take a radius, right? So this tells us have to take x-axis. This is the angle from the x-axis, and this is the distance from radial distance from the origin. This is what this one. So minus 45 degrees, we have this. So we take here from here to here, this is minus 45 degree. And what is the radial value from here to here? That 1 over root 2. Let's say it's here. So, what is here? This is minus 90 degree. 90 degree means the angle should make minus 90 degree from the x-axis. What is the value on this axis? On this radius is 0. Angle has not the angle here, so we never angle here, just angle from the axis. So
Yes, sir. I have got it. But in the next problem, like after that problem, you did another problem. Can I share the screen, sir?
good.
No, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. In this problem, you have taken this slope as like this.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, did you get my question?
Sorry, guys, some network problem. Yeah. Yeah, Badri. I did not get your question. So now this is second order system, and then what?
Yes, sir. Like in the same question. In that problem, you have taken the slope as like 180 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was confusing, a bit confusing for me.
Yeah, this is because first order system phase goes from 0 to 90 degree only. Got it? For second order system, it can be from 0 to minus 80 degree. Okay? You did not get that? Okay, let me explain, okay? Okay, hold on, guys, okay? Just a minute. Okay, so there is nothing wrong there. Okay, so there's a difference. So far we are talking about the first order system. Now, when we have the second order system, this is the second problem. Okay, so you have the second order system now, and for second order system, you have GS will be equal to as you know, omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square, right? Okay, and then what happens? The same thing if you repeat, then what happens in that case? You have g j omega n, or just j omega, sorry, just j omega, and you get omega n square divided by j omega square plus 2 zeta omega n, j omega n plus omega n square, right? So then you divide it by omega n, both numerator and denominator, you get 1 divided by, and here this term is minus omega square, right? So you get here minus omega over omega n square plus, then you get 2 j, you put j first, 2 zeta, and then j is already there here, then 2 zeta omega n divided by omega n. This is just j omega, okay? So then you have omega over omega n, and plus here omega n square divided by omega n square, so you get 1, right? So basically you get 1 over 1 minus omega over omega n square plus 2 j 2 zeta and then omega over omega n. So basically your function now that you need to plot is equal to 1 over omega 1 minus omega square over omega n square plus j 2 zeta omega over omega n. So this is the function that you have to plot now, okay? So but this is a different function. This is not a first order system, this is second order system, and for second order system again you have to follow the same thing. So this is equal to g magnitude of that and then angle of z, right? Okay, so where magnitude of z is equal to what? Is equal to 1, where we can write where magnitude of g is equal to 1 over root and then 1 minus omega square over omega n square, and then plus you have 2 zeta omega over omega n square. So this is g, the magnitude of g, and then you have magnitude of the angle of g, which will be equal to what? Will be equal to tan inverse. So you do the same thing. What are you going to do? You multiply here with the conjugate of this, right? So that this minus j2 zeta omega over omega n divided by, here it will be a square and this will be also a square. So anyway, so finally this will be equal to minus 2 zeta omega over omega n divided by 1 minus omega square over omega n square. So this will be the angle, right? So we have this here and here. Okay, now if you change omega, you can see that this will vary from 0 to minus 80 degree. How? So we can also now you can see how it goes. So in fact, let's do the same thing. We have omega, and then we have g, the magnitude of g. Okay, so magnitude of g is equal to, okay, first let's have the angle, because on that angle we decide. So let's angle. So this angle and that angle is equal to we know that this is tan inverse minus 2 zeta omega over omega n divided by, we have 1 minus omega square over omega n square. Yeah. So this is that, and then we have magnitude g, and that you know that this is equal to 1 over root under, and you have 1 minus omega over omega n square plus 2 zeta omega over omega n square of that as well. Yeah, so we have two things here, three things. Okay, so let's, okay, we have like this. So start with omega equal to 0, then what happens? This value is omega equal to 0, we put 0, so we get 0 only. So we get angle is equal to 0, and what is the value of this? So you put a 0 here and then 0 here, value equal to 1, so we get 1. So first point is completed. Okay, now let's say omega t, okay, like omega t is equal to, we can do the same thing, equal to 1, right? And if you put here omega t equal to 1, then what happens? We can put omega t there's no t here, so not like that. Okay, so t is only in first order system, so we have omega over omega n. Omega over omega n equal to 1. So when we have just omega equal to omega 1, okay, then what happens? So in that case, it will be resonance basically, right? So now what you see in this case is this be 1 minus 1 will be 0. That means what? This tan inverse minus infinity. So that becomes minus 90 degree. So this becomes minus 90 degree. Yeah, and what will be the value here? Here it will be 1 minus omega over, so this will be gone, and what you will have? So this one. So you will have 1 over simply 1 over 2 zeta omega over omega n will be the answer. Okay, so we have that now. Now let's say we take omega is very large, omega equal to infinity. Okay, then what happens? Yeah. Okay. So in that case, what we see in this case is, so finally this value, if you put omega equal to infinity, then what happens? You have 1 minus infinity, right? And then you have here this infinity as well. So we can work out here, you can work out, and this will be equal to tan inverse, and then we have minus, okay, so we have minus, and then 2 zeta omega over omega n divided by, now omega over omega n, you have to put like this, omega n is tends to infinity. So in that case, this value will be insignificant, so we can just have minus omega over omega n square simply, and what we will get is this will be is equal to tan inverse, and we have minus both becomes plus, cancels out, and then we have simply omega square. Okay, and what do we have finally? We have 2 zeta omega over omega n, and then we have, so it will be 2 zeta over omega n. See, it will be like this. So basically, if you see, if you take omega over omega n, just a little bit less than infinity, then you will see you will get a negative angle. In this case, this is nothing but when omega tends to zero, omega tends to infinity, this value, this will be equal to 0 basically. This will be equal to 180 degree. This is 180 degree. Actually, there are two places where it will be 0, tan 180 degree and tan 0 degree, right? But however, this is 180 degree because if you take omega over omega n, which is less than infinity, you can take omega over omega n equal to 4, let us say. You will definitely see that angle here will be more than 9, will be somewhere between minus 80 degree to minus 90 degree, between that only. Yeah. Hence, omega over omega n infinity, this is limiting value. This goes to minus 180 degree. So this is minus. There will be minus 180 degree. And similarly here, value here, if you put infinity, you will get value equal to 0 because here you get equal to 0 like this. Yeah. And that is the reason why when you plot it, you will start from here, yeah, and then you go like this. Go like this. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Something wrong. So you will start from here and see here the 3 points. First point is 0. So this is the angle 0 and value is 1. So here you are. Second is 90 degree, or value is like this. So the second point is here because the angle is minus 90 degree. So this is the angle. So this is the minus 90 degree, right? So here's the point. Third is 180 degree. 180 degree, which is this one, right? From this, this is the reference. From here it is minus 180 degrees, this one. But the radius is what? Radius is 0. So it will be here. So the third point is here. And hence it will be like this. Okay. Got it? 180 degree is like this. If you tend to this point here, it will be 180 degree. Got it? I mean, it's not about tangent basically. I mean, we should not think that way actually. So the same mistake you did earlier, you thought that the tangent is like, there's nothing to do with tangent. It is about the, where is the, you are plotting two things. One is angle. You first find out what is the angle. There you are drawing a line and then magnitude and you pick the point, right? And then you join the points. Simple. And if you're doing that, you will get, yeah. Okay. So although this is related to the polar plots, it's very important because if you understand this concept, you can also draw the Bode diagram correctly. Otherwise, it will be, it will have error. Okay. In Bode diagram also, it has the same meaning. There also you are plotting the same thing. In Bode plots also, what you are doing? You are plotting the same thing. So here you will be plotting for first order system, for example, right? So here you will be plotting the magnitude only, means 20 log, right? 20 log, and this is j omega. Yeah, so this is what you are plotting. And the second one, you are plotting the angle, this phi only, angle g only, right? And in this case, you see that the values for first order system, it starts from 0, goes to minus 90. So it goes like this. So start with 0 and ends at minus 90. This is the same as you see there also in polar plot also you got where you got the value which was when you get very small value, so since this is a log, so this goes into minus, meaning that the actual g omega is very, very small. Hence, this whole thing will be a negative value. So there, the value is minus 90 degree. And the same thing in the polar plot, you get the same thing. So although this question, you asked for the polar diagrams, but in Bode plots also it is applicable. It's interpretation, right? Okay. So did you get the answer, Badri?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Any other question, guys? Other question? Okay, so let's solve some tutorial problem. Although, as I said, not finished yet. So still, I think 2 or 3 lectures for this chapter, and then only we'll be able to understand the question. Okay, so although the one we discussed just now is this is part of the lectures which I have been covered already. Okay. Okay. Now let's solve the tutorial question number B71. Okay. The unity feedback system with the open loop transfer function, and this is given GS is equal to 10 over S plus 1. Okay. Okay, obtain the steady state output of the system when it is subjected to each of the following inputs. So we have A, RT is equal to sine T plus 30 degree. Okay, and you have B some other value, C some other value. So let's look at just first A only, and you can solve this one, others also you can solve. Okay. Now, such question can be solved different way. Here you know that RT is given here, and RT is basically, okay, so question, if you see, says consider a unity feedback system with the open loop transfer function. So this is the open loop. Remember, this is open loop. Okay, and this is RT. RT is the reference which is given. Obtain the steady state output of the system when it is subjected to each of the following inputs. So now it is written that this is unit step. So remember, always don't make a mistake. Things may be given for open loop, but you have to predict for the closed loop. Okay, so it mentions this is unity feedback. So that really means that this is just the open loop transfer function. You have to do the calculations for the closed loop system. Yeah, so this is closed. Yeah. Okay, so for this system, you have to predict given RT. So typically you have RT here and you have CS here, right? Okay. How to do? So you know that RT, or you have CS over RS is equal to what? Is equal to closed loop system, right? So you have GS over 1 plus GS. So this is open loop transfer function. This whole thing is open loop transfer function, and which relates to CS over RS equal to this. Okay, and this is equal to, you know, you have given 10 over S plus 1 divided by 1 plus 10 S plus 1, and which is equal to 10 plus yeah, s plus 11. Yeah, so this comes here, so s plus 1 plus 10. Yeah, so s plus 11. So now this is the question. Cs over Rs equal to this much, and now RT is given, right? So RT is given, so CS equal to 10 over S plus 11 times Rs, where what is this Rs? Rs equal to Laplace transform of a small rt, right? And what is RT? RT is equal to, that is given already, and this is equal to sine t plus 30 degree. Yeah. So the formal way, or the, if you want to proceed from the first principle, actually you can expand it. So we have sine t plus 30 degree, so pi over 6, right, is equal to sine t cos pi over 6 plus sine pi over 6 cos t is equal to cos 30 degree root 3 over 2. So you get here root 3 over 2 sine t plus sine 30 degree is half, so half cos t. Okay, fine. So Laplace transform of RT, this is nothing but RT given. So Laplace transform of RT is equal to this Rs, and which will be equal to is equal to root 3 over 2 Laplace transform of sine t plus half Laplace transform of cos t is equal to root 3 over 2 Laplace transform of sine t is nothing but, this is omega over, so this value will be so here omega for this one is 1 basically, so you get 1 over s square plus 1, right, plus half, and again omega is equal to 1 here, right? So you get s square, so in this case you get s plus s square plus 1. Yeah, so this is the after you have the Laplace transform. Now next is we solve the problem. And what is the problem? So we have this Rs is equal to simply Rs is equal to root 3 over 2 1 over s square plus 1 plus half s over s square plus 1. So this is Rs. Now we it's given that not given, but we computed already that the Cs equal to Rs times 10 over s plus 11. So this is the closed loop transfer function, and where Rs is we know, so 10 s plus 11 multiplied by, and we have Rs root 3 over 2, right? So the same thing is 1 over s square plus 1 plus half s over s square plus 1. Yeah, okay. And now you can expand. So you have this is equal to, now you can have root 3, 10 root 3 over, or maybe you divide it already. So you get 5. So you get 5 root 3 over s plus 11, right? And then 1 over s square plus 1 plus, so here we get 5 over s plus 11 and then then we have s over s square plus 1. So steady state, we have Ct equal to, you can have Laplace transform of this, inverse Laplace transform, 5 root 3 over s plus 11, 1 over s square plus 1 plus 5, and then s plus 11, and then s over s square plus 1. So you take inverse Laplace transform, whatever you get will be the value of that. Okay. However, remember that this will also have the transient part. Okay. So you have to keep only the part which is sinusoidal and cosine thing. So it will also be to power minus some value, so because of this s plus 11 thing is there, right? So because of that, there will be a transient part as well, but this will die out with time. So only it is asking for the steady state. So only those sinusoidal and cosine term that you have will be the answer. Okay, so rest you can do yourself. Okay. However, there is other way, other shortcuts. So this one is just to tell you that this is the long way to solve this way. Okay. There are other way of doing the same thing, and how you do that? Okay. So you can do like this. Okay. So now you have Rs over, Cs over Rs. Cs over Rs is equal to, we got the closed loop transfer function, which is equal to 10 plus s plus 11. And we will use, we are going to use the insight, basically. Okay. So if there is a first order system, let's call it, this is Ts. Okay. So Ts equal to 10 over s plus 11. So T j omega will be equal to what? Equal to 10 plus j omega plus 11. Right? Which is equal to what? Which is equal to magnitude of T and angle of T. Right? And which is equal to what? Which is equal to, magnitude is 10 over j omega plus 11. So this will be simply 1 over root omega square plus 11 square. And then angle we have, right? And angle is tan inverse, right? Tan inverse. And then you have minus omega over 11, right? So this is imaginary part. So this will come first. So minus omega divided by 11. Okay, so this defines it already, right? So that really means that, if you give sinusoidal input, then this will be the one which will be the magnitude, and this will be this is the phase lag, right? So this is the phase difference, or you call it phase. Yeah. So that really means that if RT equal to sine omega t, then Ct will be, this is guaranteed. This is interpretation of this, okay? This is guaranteed that Ct will be equal to 1 over omega square plus 11 square, okay? Root of that, okay? And then it will be sine of sine omega t plus tan inverse minus omega over 11. Okay, this is interpretation. So this is the magnitude, this is the angle. If RT reference signal is sine omega t, if t j omega gives me this, then we can interpret that if the input is sine omega t, output will be 1 over root omega square plus 11 square, which is coming from here. Yeah, given 1 here. So easily that's why 1, if we had a here, so you can write here like if had a, if we have a sine omega t, then we will have a multiplied here simply. Yeah, okay. So if you have a sine omega t, then we will have a here, then we will have this magnitude, which will come here, and then we have sine because of this, then omega t, plus we will have a phase coming from this angle, tan inverse minus omega 11 square. Okay, now the question is, if our RT is not sine, but we have sine t plus 30 degree, the one we have right now, then what will be the case? In that case, CT will be equal to, we see here, A equal to 1, right? So we will have a 1, then we have root, okay, and then we have omega square root 11 square, so we have omega square plus 11 square, then we have sine, same, so we have sine here, and then omega t. Now omega in our case is 1, so we will have just t here, so we will have just t, okay, plus, okay, so we also have 30, so we can actually write 30 constant, we can write 30 already. So t plus 30, okay, so we have that, okay, and then this is the phase. So regardless of what we have here, there will be a phase difference which will depend on omega only, but omega is 1 in this case, okay. So that's why I wrote this whole thing here, and then we have tan inverse minus omega over 11. So we write plus tan inverse minus omega over 11, but omega equal to 1 in this case, but simply it will be minus 1 over 11. So this is the answer, the CT, this will be CT. So this is the answer. Okay, so we just extended what we know from the frequency response, and hence the frequency response is important. That's why you study frequency response, because you can readily know that if the sinusoidal input, given the sinusoidal input, what will be the output. We know readily actually. So its magnitude will also change with omega, its phase will also change with omega. Yeah? And hence we studied that. Okay. So we looked at two ways. One, to go the usual ways, a long way. You take the Laplace transform, then take inverse Laplace transform and solve it. Other is you go as per the interpretation of the harmonic response. So and from there you can get it. Any question, guys? Okay, if there is no question, I will see you next week for the rest of the problems of this chapter. Okay, and not to forget, tomorrow you have quiz number 2, starting 4 o'clock, 4 to 5. Okay, and questions will be from chapter 2, 3, then 5 and 6. Okay, so all the best. Okay, see you guys.
Thank you, sir.